up, everyone? Just sharing this. All right, so I'm going a little bit longer tonight because I found a couple really cool trends last night that I'm going to really go again. Just kind of doing this for myself, and like I said, I do have someone that's kind of started joining in with me. I sent him actually a copy of my spreadsheet, and we've kind of been working together a little bit, a couple nights a week. So on at least one weekend, I'm kind of broadcasting this to him as well, so he can kind of follow along. And like I said, I did find a couple cool trends from last night, so I'm going to go through those. So again, you're more than welcome. I always update it on the website, dfs.network, which is right here. So I haven't done anything on it yet for today. The lines are the starting lineups are all updated on here. So I will go up there. I will go there and update all the plays once I am finished. So you don't need to hang out and watch this, but you can if you want. So let me get started. What was I gonna do? I just lost my train of thought. Get the updates up here on Twitter. I also did the trial version of RotoQL to get these full lineups. They're actually really good about. So that's where I've imported these lineups from, and that's all I use from it is the lineups. But they're pretty accurate from what I've seen. So that's where I'm getting these, and then I'll update them before lock. But so we'll start with. Let me one more sheet I gotta pull up. My rules. Okay. So we're going to start with Miami. And all I'm going to go through right now is find out the players who are worth listing as being out. So Haslam might play. That doesn't matter. Whiteside's the only relevant one there. So moving down to Detroit, we got Reggie Jackson. He's irrelevant. Lauer's irrelevant. So they look like they're full strength. Philadelphia, we got Cabaret, the strip club Timothy Loewe, if you say his name Cabaret. I'll never learn these guys' names. Fultz, he doesn't matter. Moving down to Indiana. I had my other Excel program actually crash on me today, so I'm going back to my old version of Excel, which I'm hoping it doesn't crash. All right, Miles Turner, game time decision. Haven't seen any update on that, so I'm gonna have to wait on that game. John Wall, how long has he been out? All right, so Wall's been officially out 8 days, so I'm not going to count him anymore. I usually give them a week and then I'm done. Otherwise, you're just pretty much everyone slid into their roles now. I find it after a week they've all found their new spots, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just don't want to. A lot of these usage and minutes numbers have already been updated, and their prices have been adjusted accordingly with Wall being out. So if we list Wall out, what my spreadsheet's going to do is it's going to rank players higher than they should be, basically. So Gordon's out. That's nice. So he's only been out for 6 days, so he's still good. So Isaac doesn't matter. Ross doesn't matter. Vucevic doesn't matter. Doesn't look like we have too many pending tonight. Gordon matters and Ariza matters, so we could definitely get some value. Game time decision on Paul. So we're gonna have to wait on that. And I'm gonna show you the trend that I found last night. That would have. I searched a lot of last night. I'll pull this up. One thing I always do is whenever there's a big play, and another site I like using for results is Basketball Monsters. Really good for results. It shows you the page with the times money. So let me zoom in here. Plus, where am I? Okay, so if you look here, this is last night times money. So Taurean Prince, I'm almost sure I've kind of found a trend on this where we can pick somebody up like him again. Won't miss him at $4,500. That was a huge play last night. 50 points at $4,500. Dragon Bender, whatever I always say his. I went back and looked at him. I had Bam Bam last night. I just didn't play him. What was Dragon Bender's? I listed it anyway. Every time these big players go on here, I go back, I find the trends, and then I put them on my sheet right here, which is my rules sheet. And that's kind of what I go through this and look for the same type of plays for each night. Rondo was another one that kind of fell in with the Prince thing last night at 4,600. Royce O'Neal, that one was just a situation where he was that bench was just short, so that was a decent play. I didn't have it on the sheet, but Donovan Mitchell last night 8 times money. I had the other Utah players, which all did decent except for Lyles. Jack was my favorite play last night. Had him locked in every lineup. So was Rozier. Rozier and Jack were both in every single one of my lineups. I ended up in 4 out of 5 GPP finishes, so it was a decent night, but nothing big. Tatum really. Last night, the only thing I could see with Tatum was that there was a bunch of extra minutes in usage allowed on Boston, but I went Horford instead of Tatum, but that was kind of along the same lines. Where was that usage in the minutes going to go? And I kind of thought it was going to go to Horford, ended up going to Tatum. So that was where Tatum went. Batum, I always call him Batum. Batum, I liked the point guard position better than the shooting guard position for Charlotte last night. So I didn't go. Jeremy Grant, had him last night. If I had him, I put him on the page. But this is kind of like the O'Neal play, Royce O'Neal for Utah. But I didn't pick up on Utah. I didn't pick up on O'Neal, but I did pick up on Grant. It's really their only guy in Oklahoma City. I don't know how long. I don't know what his salary is gonna be next. I think he went from 3,200 to 4. And same with Rozier. A lot of people got scared with him going up to 6,600. You could see that this guy could play. So when a player goes up a grand, that doesn't scare me. Jeremy Grant went up $800. That didn't scare me at all. He's the only guy that's worth anything coming off that bench for Oklahoma City. Baines was a good play because there was so many people out, but I didn't use him. So Etuan Moore, he always plays well when Cousins isn't in the lineup, so he's going to be a more consistent player on the regular basis anyway. Pachulia, I had him last night. I thought he was a lock in that Golden State game. Turner, I did not have. Jared Allen, I didn't have. Dinwiddie, I didn't have. Walker, I did. Justin, I didn't. So there was pretty decent out of these top list here. There was probably about 10 or 12 plays that I did really like out of those. So, but the ones you can't miss if you're going to hit a GPP is your Prince. Can't miss Prince, can't miss Rondo, can't miss Mitchell. You had to have really those three last night were the kind of the three that were the obvious plays you should have had, and I didn't have any of the three of them. So, gonna work on that tonight. Get this out of here. Okay. All right, so let's keep going down the list. Where's my cursor? Where the hell did my cursor go? Oh. All right, let's see if there's any updates. So, McCaw. All right, let's finish. So Kevin Love, he is definitely a factor. John Holland is not. As I mentioned yesterday, what this is doing, let me kind of show you live. So right here, these are the distributions for defensive benefit. Let's see here, hold on. So when a player like Love is out, but he's only a 52 rating, so it's really not that big of a deal. It didn't help anyone that much. All right, Iguodala game time, Livingston game time, McCaw game time. So Jordan Bell, he's been out for a while, so he doesn't matter. West matters. That's kind of what helped Pachula last night. Pachulia, Zaza. Okay, Millsap, he doesn't matter. He's been out. Okay, Plumlee definitely matters. Out. Solomon Hill doesn't matter. Jackson doesn't matter. I really hate these huge slates. I just wish it would be like 6 games every night. So Rodney Hood's game time decision. Cephalosha doesn't matter. Exome doesn't matter. Bradley. Kawhi doesn't matter. Can't believe he's been out 20 days. Doesn't even feel like that. Berea's game time decision. Seth Curry doesn't matter. Noel doesn't matter. Okay, so Scal's been out 8 days now, so I'm not going to count him. Mason's out, doesn't matter. Richardson's out. Just loading up yesterday's sheet just so I can reference it. So Plumlee. I am having a technical difficulty here with Excel. I will be back. I gotta fix this. I'll be back.